Well, health officials continue to tell us that the stay-at-home orders and social distancing are certainly helping to slow the spread of coronavirus here in the state of Ohio. But some are beginning to feel that the orders are starting to infringe on their personal rights. In fact, we saw some protesters outside the State House in Columbus on Thursday. Joining us now to discuss, we welcome back at long last Dr. Mark Caleb Smith, Director of Political Studies at Cedarville University. Mark, I have missed you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to impress you by letting you know I was reading just today about a 1905 Supreme Court decision, Jacobson v. Massachusetts, and how it could be a roadmap possibly, even in times like this, as far as balancing what the state wants us to do and our personal citizen rights.
Yeah, that's exactly the case I had pointed you to, Mark. I mean, it's a pretty important ruling because there the Supreme Court upheld Massachusetts' ability to forcibly vaccinate their citizens. Many of their citizens felt like it was against their rights to be forcibly vaccinated. The court, though, very firmly said, you know, when public health is the issue, the state has a wide latitude to even infringe on some things that some of us may see as a matter of privacy or as a matter of our rights. So I don't know if people quite understand. I mean, your state government has a lot of power when it comes to public health, safety, and welfare.
I think, Mark, also it's been clear as we watch this process play out, in many cases, the governors across the state are really taking the lead in many cases as opposed to what is being done on a national level. I guess my question for you is, you know, the pressure we mentioned on President Trump to reopen the economy. Once he tries to do that, if people like Mike DeWine think he's a little premature, that's going to be really interesting to see if the Mike DeWines of the world might stand up to the national government.
I think it's a great question, and it's a conflict that I think we might actually see. I really don't think the president has the power to unilaterally make that decision to so-called open up the economy. Governors have much more latitude to watch out for their citizens' public health. And I think if Mike DeWine decided, you know, this order is premature or this recommendation is just a recommendation, it's not binding upon me as a governor, then we could see ourselves in the middle of a lawsuit where the federal authority is being put against state authority. I personally think Governor DeWine would be in a very strong position in that kind of a suit.
Mark, finally, let's talk about what we typically talk about, you and I, politics and campaigns. This is a presidential campaign now unlike any we have ever seen. President Trump getting lots of camera time now every day with his daily briefings. Joe Biden is now the presumptive nominee, of course, on the Democratic side, but he's literally stuck in his basement in Delaware. How does he play this right now?
I think Joe Biden's in a really tough position. He's in a wait-and-see mode, I think. There's not a lot he can do except watch this play out for President Trump. I think if President Trump is perceived to have handled this well, Joe Biden has a very steep hill to climb over the next several months. Whereas if people begin to blame the president, maybe challenge his early handling of the crisis, or maybe feel like he hasn't behaved well since then Biden's going to have an opportunity. But I think what that means is Joe Biden's basically reacting to what's going to take place soon. He really can't do much on his own at the moment.
All right, very good. Mark Caleb Smith, live at Cedarville. Mark, it is great to talk to you. Please send along our best wishes to all our friends there at Cedarville. Please stay healthy.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.